Alright, so this is my Willy's pickup. I had an original frame and everything in it. It's axles. It was actually running about a year ago. And then I took it for a drive. And with this original steering and everything in it. And it was terrifying. So we put power steering in it. And it got better. I left for a long time and then I came back and I was like, you know what? I wanted to ride super comfortable. And so I bought a Dana 44 front end. I'll eventually put a Dana or the 14 bolt in the back. Coils in the front. It's a 3-link right now. It's a 3-link. And I cut the frame. It's got a slant 6 in it, so I cut the frame right at the motor mounts. And then I put a hoop in here. So today, pull the front clip off of it, and I built this bumper. So this bumper is the new cross member. There's a cross member in the middle that I put in when I put the new frame add-on in. So I got to build brackets for this to mount because right now it's just sitting on a block of wood. And this is a hideaway winch bumper that I built. I got to see if I could still put the winch in here. Might have to put it somewhere in the back and run it through. I don't know. I've seen some vehicles in different countries have the winch in the back. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool idea. So today we'll take the fenders off, the grill and radiator is all at one right now. All the rods, tie up all the wiring, cover up the carburetor. It's got a Holley Sniper fuel injection on it. It's a carbureted injection. And put a steering box in it. That was my biggest problem with the other setup I had. I couldn't put my power steering box in because where my old steering box would have went, it mounts on top of the frame, and that wasn't going to work because I don't want to cut in my fenders. I have flexed this already to see what hits, and this thing's got crazy amount of suspension now. And it's on rollers because I wanted to get it close as I could to ride height in the front. These are Gladiator springs in the front. These are the 3.5. I'm gonna buy the 4.5 and see if that will raise it at least a couple inches. So right now it's flipped in the back on the, got the YJ leaf springs in the back. Yeah, so it's gonna be I'm planning on getting it done hopefully by the end of the year. This is 2026, so hopefully by 2027 I want to take it to Moab and Hurricane and take it on Rubicon. That's all my plans. So right now, start tearing all this apart, get my wrenches out. Takes half inch to take all this apart. I got 4 bolts in every corner. this side off. This side I put all the screws, all the bolts in. Gotta do some body work. Gotta do some body work to this side. Okay, right now I can stick my hand to here. And then the bottom of this, I'm planning on, this radiator goes down to have its mounting bracket. I'm planning on cutting that out. I've already put some gussets in it to make it as strong as I could, because I cut like 8 inches out of the core support to put a bigger aluminum radiator. It's got twin fans on it. And well, it's not gonna work if I put I got a Badlands 9000. It was a cable when I got it, and then I put synthetic rope on. It's actually pretty dialed in winch. I've used it several times just to like winch it in the shop when it wasn't running. Clean running motor. Alright. Everything's out. Sitting on the box. Alright. There it is. I say it weighs about 60 pounds, I assume. All its weight in it. Got a bunch of bolts inside the truck that I've been storing all my bolts in. The cab is fine thread bolts, like the cab, and then with this truck had some serious cancer and we had to rebuild it all. But now it's the cab and the bed are really good condition. Like, you have to really look, find dents in it, because we did a lot of body work, pounding the dents out. I have a few videos when it was running. I'll post out as I can find them all. So this is the cross member we got to get rid of, and I'll show you guys that this is the problem. This bar needed to be moved. I put it in thinking, oh, I could put my power steering box right here. I got a YJ Jeep steering box that's gonna go in here. I had a, what do you call it? The Cherokee box that I had in it. So the box went down and over the frame right here. Well, I can't do that anymore because of my shock or my coil buckets. And then I gotta cut this hole and that hole off, chop that off. I'm gonna drop this bracket down so I can get some more clearance out of it, and then cut this off, take this thing out. And I have to do some modifications still here. This is where my control box for my winch used to be bolted up right here. That's not gonna happen anymore. It's all what do you call it, cut out so the winch has nothing sharp to rub on. I put this bar in for a brace because a Willy's truck only has this, the transmission cross member. There's a bunch of cross members in the back, but none in the front, except for they used to have this little one on the front. And then I upgraded to this. And then that wasn't gonna work, so I already notched the frame to fit this webbed in there. I still have to weld all this up. It's been a journey. This truck went from, you get in it, if you went down a mountain, a smooth mountain, you would feel like you're gonna die, or it was really rough, really, really rough. So. All right, we'll pull the front, or the bolts off the front, and then pull the front, or the bolts off the fenders, and then we can get I work on multiple projects at once because it keeps my brain just keep going. So you might see me jump from this to the 84 Jeep CJ7. So this wrench, I put a, what do you call it, a ear plug in this so I can get see what I got in here. Got one bolt, I believe, in here. There's 3 on the firewall side, plus 1 up on top. Some of these bolts are way too long. So we're this. And then the biggest thing, I wanted bigger axles just in case I get a little heavy footed like I normally am. And brake, you know, us young people like braking stuff. I want to dump this at least a couple times if I can. I've been making the frame stronger here and there where they normally do break. We had some cool headers for this motor, but this motor is in like old Dodge pickups, some Valiant, or was it a Valiant? Something like that. Oh, it was in I think it was a Dart. Dodge Dart. Yeah, well, or a Duster. That's what they were, Dusters. And they had lots of room. This truck, it's the opposite. It doesn't have any room. It's very tight fitting. Alright, there's one fender. These fenders, by the way, really nice until I got a hold of them. battery right now is in the back of the truck. I got a really overkill fuel line on this. It's just an awesome truck. Back bolts out. And then yes, I do have a good door for this side. This side has some cancer rust, as I call it. Or cancer is rust. Let's see here. See, it's got a big old rust hole right here. But I'm gonna fix that, and I'm going to chop these doors. They're pretty rusty, so get to tearing off this other fender. Don't want to bend that rod. Top bolts. Got one bolt left holding this thing on. Turn it the right way. I always go backwards. Alright, last bolt holding this fender on. Alright. And we'll go set this fender somewhere and won't get crushed. Alright, here it is without front clip. Turn some lights on. Alright, now everybody can see stuff. So, yep, here's a 225 slant 6. We got a 4-barrel manifold on it. It's got a 2.5 or 3-inch exhaust. And then really overkill bars. This bar will have to be changed. This bar right here, gonna have to be changed. It's too big. It's a 2-inch oil-filled pipe is what it is. And I got the same thing on that bar. Right now it's got the stock transmission transfer case in it. I have a turbo 400 to throw in it, and I need to get a 205 transfer case still. And then this link will be welded to the frame instead of the cross member. The other one will have to be modified to go all the way to the inside of the frame. I got to build plates on the inside of the frame. I got to... This is all the stuff that I needed to get done. Not in today's video. And then here, let's see here, right here, I'm going to build a gusset plate here. New motor mounts. Let's see here. Going polyurethane bushings on the motor and transmission. So I'm going to have to rebuild the mounts. This fuel pump and distributor is very close to... See, even the distributor moves right now. Because we haven't got this thing running beautifully yet. And then getting rid of the fuel pump. Putting a new fuel tank in the back. And then, I'm building shock towers. Shock tower is going to go, I believe it's off here to here. I'll have to get the pipe out. Yeah. This is going to be a long build, but I'm going to have other vehicles in here as I build this, so look forward to getting this thing all working on. Thank you for watching.